stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness, stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness, stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Peace and power to the family, cosmic consciousness and soul control, family and soul tribe. Peace to all the children of the sun. I hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all. In this moment of space, in whatever time zone you're in, I hope you find yourself operating at the highest version of your best self, genuine and authentically. As I invite you to this portal, I thank you for being here. This is your host and co-pilot, Sawu the God, operating in the high frequency of magnetic service and the authenticity of my higher self. Peace and power to the family, still in abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Hope this moment find everybody in the highest vibration possible, feeling good for no reason at all. As for myself, I'm feeling good for no reason at all. Paying attention to what my consciousness may be attaching to. What is your consciousness attaching with? Nothing on the outside can touch us. Nothing anyone does can touch us on this plane of existence. Nothing done to harm you can harm you unless you accept it within your mind. What is your consciousness attaching with? I was asked a question by a person about the meaning of spirituality. And the highest meaning that I could tell them, because spirituality for me has changed over the years, and it probably will change for you on your journey. The highest definition I could tell them was, spirituality is whatever you say you are. Your religion will become how you live from day to day. I'm going to repeat that again for those who want to take notes. Spirituality is whoever you say you are. Your religion will become how you live day to day. If we God, we understand that when we give to people, we give to God. And that's how God, this consciousness that we call God, expands itself. Everything is not always material. Pay attention to the jewels that come from the invisible through the form of wisdom and knowledge, signs and symbols. Nothing on the outside can touch us. I don't know who need to hear that. And the more we become into pure consciousness, the more you won't harm yourself. Because we harm ourselves more than anything that anybody can do or say, just by how we think in opposition to ourselves. What type of thoughts do you think, and what type of images do they display upon the mind? Do we give these things any consideration, any attention to know what's going on within us? Most of us don't, and I didn't for a long time until I was instructed, or certain experiences or people came into my life, pointed direction, showed me how to pay attention to these things that I'm now sharing. How is your program running? Our lives and everything that consists in it is a program. You got the family you come from. You got personal family. You got your work or your employment. You got your business. You got all these slices, all these aspects of our life, all these programs running at the same time. Which one is consuming? What program do you have running? Energy, consciousness, and information. I believe each and every one of us are one of those three types. You have people that function strictly off energy. You have people that function strictly off consciousness, meaning with the open heart, which is shaky because you never know what you might be inviting in. And then you have those who function off off information. And out of those three types, you have those by doing the work. Use all three. You use all three of those triune aspects in a way to shape wholeness within themselves, in their environment, in their community, so forth and so on. Because all of us ain't here just for worldly affairs. So to my cosmic stars, salute. And salute everybody, by the way, whoever come across this channel. And if you come across this channel and you're supposed to, it's because you're probably like me, on your way to becoming the master of this illusion complex. And a master of this illusion complex that we operate through, called the body. The human body represents time. Saturn. Saturn has 7 rings. The body has 7 chakras, or rings of circumference, and each one do a particular thing. Ciphers are circles. Circles represent cycles. If a circle is a cipher, and the cipher represents 360 degrees of light, sound, and action, and we have 7 chakras, basic chakras within the body, then let's do some math. 360 minus 7. But don't that leave us 353 pieces that we still disconnected with? Somebody will catch it. In other words, we still got work to do, family. We still got work to do, any and everybody who on their way to wholeness. Because we ain't there yet. We just opening doors that we just opening doors, meaning portals or dimensions or realities that we didn't even know existed prior to now. And this ain't resonating with everybody, because this only gonna resonate with the ones who have opened those doors, those portals and dimensions within their own consciousness, within their own being. So, as we rip ourselves apart daily and we tear ourselves down brick by brick, I hope we rebuilding. I hope we rebuilding. I hope we rebuilding wonderful and magnificent structures, temples, and eventually we'll be weatherproof. funny how the weather, from day to day, you never know what you're going to get. And the more I pay attention to that, it's teaching me a lesson about detachment. Because things are always shifting. In other words, we've been here before. We've seen this before. Whatever going on, we already seen it. And if we ain't seen it, we read about it. If we ain't read about it, somebody told us about it. We already seen this before. So what we gonna do with what we seeing this round? Unemotional conversations allow us to get to the root of the matter without blow-ups. Why is that important? Because every time we as people, we as human in our way to being, try to conversate and operate with our feelings attached to anything, it's always a blow up. So I'm gonna repeat. Unemotional conversations allow us to get to the root of all matters without any blow ups. The reason that's so important is because how your consciousness sees the world, that's what the world becomes. We repeat that. How your consciousness views the world, that's what the world becomes. Not mine. Not how my consciousness views the world, it becomes for you. How your consciousness views the world, that's what the world becomes. I don't know who needs to hear that. And with that being said, nothing is personal. Everything is energetic. It's my present discipline once again, because I've seen this before. So, anytime you've seen something before, it ain't nothing personal about it, because you've seen it before. So it must be energy passing through, making its return, passing through. Watch your temple. It's important to watch our temples. Don't act in any way, form, or fashion under the influence of anger. It's like driving drunk. You will crash, especially if you're on a motorcycle. Watch your temper. More so, it's important for us to watch our temper because nobody's angry all throughout the day unless you got a real problem. But for the most part, I believe, from my belief in humanity, I believe most people are happy most of the time. So anytime we become anything other than energies that deal with happiness, joy, excitement, what have you, it short circuits all the joy, all the excitement, especially if it's anger. And my point of saying that is because you don't want to mix anger in any of those other places that sit on the other side of it, because then anyone and anybody attached to the joy, excitement, it becomes contaminated. You know, we have a tendency of, when we don't address things, we end up taking it out on the wrong person, or the wrong people, or the wrong stranger. Some kind of way the universe just has its way of setting the stage for whatever your trigger channel on, something to come into your day and trigger you. It's all a test. Nothing is personal. Don't indulge in anything in a moment of anger. Most of all, find a healthy way to get rid of it. As we learn to learn, as we learn to live, and as we learn to love, no matter what changes around us, our life don't change till we change our mind. Feel good for no reason at all. Remain true to the truest version of your authentic and better self. And move in stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Peace and power, family. One. Salute to God.